everyone, and welcome back to Transmission Talks. I'm Taryn, and this is our transmission specialist, Joe. Summer travel is coming up, and no one wants their story to be, remember when the transmission started acting weird? So today, I'm going to be asking Joe about transmission signs people should look out for before the miles start adding up.
Transmission signs? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So let's start here. If my car starts hesitating a little before shifting, especially before getting on the highway, is this something that I should pay attention to before I start traveling?
All right, so if you're getting on the highway and you're having hesitation issues, especially when it's really hot, I mean, that could be as simple as a throttle body cleaning too, because that's how, if you're getting on the highway, you're hitting the gas, you want it to downshift, you want to go, it's waiting for the report from the engine to tell the trans what to do. So if it doesn't have the correct signals going to the trans isn't going to know what to do. So that can be as simple as a tune-up or anything like that. If the engine coolant temp is too hot, it can take a minute to react as well because it doesn't understand why it's so hot and you're forcing it to do aggressive actions.
Okay. What's a throttle body cleaning?
So a throttle body cleaning is, when you hit your gas pedal, it's talking to your throttle valve on the engine to open up to send air through. Mm-hmm. And when the air is going through the intake into the engine, that throttle body is metering the air and helping control fuel, and it's telling the computers how much it's opened, so on and so forth. So if those signals get mixed or erratic at any point in time, the car is not going to know what to do.
Mm. So when people come in and complain about hard shifting, what are they actually describing? Like, can you tell me what they're describing when they come in, when they realize that it is a hard shift?
When you say, what is it? You mean...
Like, describe what they would be feeling that would equal a hard shift.
So, when a transmission shifts, it has a volume index that it follows. Mm-hmm. So, it's hydraulic, so fluid's getting pushed, and sometimes if the fluid pushing the pack for the shift, if it takes too long to do that, the EPC spikes pressure, and then it'll cause a slam because it's like, okay, it's just taking too long, it's going to cause problems, I need to get this done now. And then you get that slam. And that's kind of that's the logic behind it on why a lot of hard shifts will happen. Okay. Now, depending on the issue, it could be that the pack is fried and the clearance is off. So it's applying because there's no clutch there to apply. Yeah. And then it'll hit really hard. You could have a stuck valve that it won't push open, and bam, it finally releases, slam, you get another slam that way. Mm. So there's a couple of different reasons why, but that is the main reason, the EPC is jacking pressure.
Okay.
The EPC is the electronic pressure control. It is the solenoid that monitors and controls all the pressure throughout the trans.
Okay. So when someone says their transmission is slipping, what is that they're actually feeling?
So when your trans is slipping, that typically means that the clutch pack has wore out, mm-hmm. or a valve has wore out. So, it's controlling the valve and the valve bore is too large and all the fluid is blowing past. But it knows it got the command, so it'll flare and slip and stuff like that. Low fluid, clogged filter. There's a couple different reasons why.
So if the RPMs go up but the car isn't seeming to accelerate normally, is that usually a transmission problem?
Yes, that is typically a slip.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out of fluid, something's burned up, it's commanding something that's not there, and it's just taking off. Yeah.
If someone, definitely not me, was about to go on a vacation and noticed some transmission fluid underneath their car, is that something that should be absolutely addressed before the trip?
Yes, that is 100% something that could leave you sit.
That's why I said it wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
It's someone else.
Especially as it gets hot and the fluid increases to try to compensate for the thin fluid, mm-hmm. you can end up blowing out seals and all kinds of stuff, especially if they're already weak.
That's not good.
No.
Do longer summer drives usually make those smaller transmission problems a bit more noticeable, like traffic, luggage, heat, hills?
Yes, all those things can make it worse. The longer you drive, the hotter it gets and the aluminum will expand. And a lot of times the expansion rate of the main hydraulic half and the valves that are inside, the expansion rates are different. So as that expansion changes, you can get a lot of blow by and stuff like that if you have a weak valve body or your fluid is too thin or whatever. So yeah, the longer and hotter you get, the worse it could be.
Yeah. A lot of transmission problems don't start with major failures. Usually they start small. A hesitation, a rough shift, a weird noise. Something that feels just a little different than it used to. And before a summer road trip, these are the kind of things that are worth paying attention to. If you're around Redding, Birdsboro, Sinking Spring, or Wyomissing, our team here at Myles is here to help you figure out what's actually going on in your car, not just guess. Next week, we're going to be talking about how maintenance affects fuel mileage during summer driving. Because gas prices, especially lately, have a way of making every road trip feel a little more personal. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.